Welcome to 100 Huntley Street, friends. We are so excited that you're joining us, and I am thrilled to have a special guest co-host today, Joe Amaral. Thank you for being here.
Well, thank you guys for inviting me back. You know, it's been a minute, and when you guys reached out to talk about, my new book, Jesus Lee, I said, yeah, of course, I'd love to talk about that. And they said, you know what, why don't you come and do a few episodes with us? I said, you know what, why not? So I'm glad I could be here today.
Well, you know what, it has been quite a while since we've had you here, and I think our viewers would love to know what you've been up to. I know it's a lot. He's like,
how much time do we have?
Yeah, exactly.
It's been a really busy season for me. So I was pastoring for a bit when I left here back in Christmas of 2016, which seems like a whole lifetime ago. But to make a very long story short, at 50 years old, the Lord called me to do missions in West Africa, in Liberia. You know, I was at a very safe, very comfortable position in a church, and things were going really well, but I felt like God was challenging me to do more. And I prayed a prayer that was very dangerous, and I said, God, give me a ministry that I can't do without you. And he said, let's go with Africa on that one. And never mind Africa, let's send you to Liberia, one of the poorest countries in the world.
Yeah.
And so all of our efforts have been focused on doing that. And, we're running an orphanage there and a school, and we're starting a farm. And along with that, I tried to use my time at COVID to write. And so, I wrote 2 books that have been published during COVID and a novel that's not released just yet. So I've been trying to keep busy.
You've just been relaxing. No, you're keeping very busy. Now, you've been to the Holy Land around 47 times, almost 50 times.
Yeah.
And right now we're entering into what's called Holy Week. And it's a week where followers of Jesus observe the final days of Jesus, really going into Good Friday and then Resurrection Sunday and Easter Monday. And you're the perfect co-host to begin this week, Joe, because I want to ask you, in all your travels to the Holy Land, what new insights did you get about the Easter season?
I mean, I learned so much, from things that were so basic to things that were so deep. Basic, like, that Jesus was Jewish, that he was a rabbi, that he traveled as a rabbi, taught as a rabbi. And that really freaked me out because, I was an ordained minister. I was a pastor for a couple of decades already back then. So even the base stuff, really kind of floored me. But in terms of Easter / Passover, what really got me is understanding when Jesus said, this is my body, and then he breaks it. And it's beautiful, it's significant. Yeah. People do it in church all the time. But even understanding the kind of bread that it was makes all the difference in the world. The bread was flat, it had no leaven in it, it had no sin. It had all these little piercings in it for the heat to flow to cook. And the piercings were made like in these patterns called stripes. And then they would burn the bread a little bit. So you had the bread that had no leaven, no sin. It was bruised, it was striped, it was pierced. And Jesus said, this is my body. I'm the one who has no sin, but I'm going to be bruised, striped, and pierced for you. So something as simple as that completely changed the way I see the sacrifice of Jesus, because now I get what he meant.
So interesting. And if you go get some matzah, you can see the matzah bread, what you're talking about. Wow, Joe, what a big insight. We have more special insights for you today as we journey off into the beginning of Holy Week. We're going to be talking to Squire and Louise Rushnell about their new devotional, God Winks. It's 52 true stories of divine intervention. And also Daniel Im, the pastor of Beulah Alliance Church in Edmonton, will be joining us. We are so thankful to have you with us and to have you with us. Stay with us.